please. Call roll. Yes. Santola.
Here.
Guerrero. Here. Leeper. Here. Oakley.
Here.
Stahl.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
Okay. And Mr. Trigg, can you lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we need a motion to open the hearing on the 2014-2015 district budget.
So moved.
Made by Leonard. I'm sorry, should be the 15-16 district budget. Is there a second? Jeff Stahl. Call roll, please.
Santola.
Yes.
Guerrero.
Yes.
Leeper. Yes. Oakley.
Yes.
Stahl.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Okay, the budget's been on display for over 30 days, so we had absolutely 0 people come in and take a look at it. I would just like to say once again, I was cautious on the revenue side of it, but I think we should be in good shape for the school year.
Okay. Any comments or questions regarding this? Okay. Then I need a motion to close the hearing on the 2015-2016 district budget.
So moved.
Made by Martha Leeper. Is there a second?
I'll second.
By Leonard Williams. Call roll, please.
Guerrero.
Yes.
Leeper. Yes. Oakley.
Yes.
Stahl.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Santola.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have the visitors here to speak this evening.
We do. We have Erica Bryan and Lacey Wood from their respective PTOs who would like to talk to you about Halloween and fall festivities. So, Erica, I have you up first.
Okay. I would just like to request the grounds at Sangamon Valley East Elementary to be used for our fall festival on October 24th. Time to be determined, but we are thinking probably a couple hours in the afternoon.
Okay. And this is something we do each year, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm with the Illiopolis Community Halloween Party Committee, and we are requesting the grounds for the Sangamon Valley Middle School, actually the middle school gymnasium. We have our certificate of coverage from the Village of Illiopolis as the sponsor, and we will have our party on Saturday the 24th from 5 to 7. So we're requesting the use of those facilities. I also am here on behalf of the PTO to let you guys know that we have fully installed all Promethean boards in our elementary, so every classroom has one now. And the last purchase we made was $4,050, and it was $500 installation fee for each board, and I'm asking on behalf of the PTO that we be reimbursed for the installation of those boards. So for a total of $1,000.
Okay.
Thank you. We can go ahead and go on down.
So then we have the eye of the storm.
Yes. Ms. Cowan couldn't be here tonight. They had a competition, and I don't remember what she told me that was. But she couldn't be here tonight, so she asked if I would present this on her behalf. And it's something that the FFA does every year. They go to the national convention. It's a good experience for the kids. It starts October 29th, and so they will be spending the night on, I believe, on October 28th and October 29th, and then returning back to school on the evening of 6 p.m. So, later on in new business, I will ask that you approve their trip to the national convention.
And that's fundraised for them, correct?
Yeah, it's at no cost to the district. And then we have Mr. Director here to talk about the overnight band trip to Six Flags Journey. Well, He's not made it back yet. That was in your packet as well. This is, they actually go to Six Flags in Gurnee, and they do competitions there throughout the couple days that they're there. This is something that they do opposite of the big trip to Florida to kind of keep the students interested in band and wanting to be a part of it. So I will also recommend later on in new business that you approve that trip.
Okay. Also completely fundraised by Band Boosters. Okay. And so we can go on to consent agenda. Does anyone have any questions or comments regarding the consent agenda that was in the packets? No? Okay, so we need a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Martha Stahl. Leeper?
Leeper.
Sorry. Is there a second? I'll second. Call roll, please.
Leeper, yes. Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Centola,
Yes.
Guerrero.
Yes. All right, and then superintendent's report.
I have a few items to discuss. First of all, on the QNS monitor update, I went to both Harristown and the middle school where we are currently in need of monitor updating. Again, I really don't see the sense of replacing monitors that are still functional. We took a look at them. They still look, as far as looking at the screen, they look like the new monitors. They're just huge. So I have a difficult time spending money on something that's not broken when we can replace them as we go. So something maybe we can look at in the future, but that our technology loan should be all paid off at the end of July next school year. And at that point, maybe we can look to do that or upgrade some of the CPUs. So I'd say we hold off on ordering any monitors right now, unless the board just wants to do that.
I still got two TVs, so.
And everything we have is in working order, and anything that was broken at the end of the year has been replaced or whatever.
And it will continually be replaced as
As they can. Okay.
And they can, that's a pretty quick turnaround time on the monitor, so. As far as some of the things going on here at the high school, I think our sports programs are doing outstanding. Our volleyball team won the Arthur tournament a couple weekends ago. I think they were second at Blue Ridge. I'm not sure of their overall 13-3 overall record. Football is 4-0, and they play at Cerro Gordo this Friday. That should be a good game. Hopefully, week 7, when Arcola comes here, we're 6-0. They'll be 6-0. It should be a pretty good game. So both groups doing outstanding work. The girls' junior high basketball just kicked off, and both the 7th and 8th grade won the Argenta tournament. So having a lot of success with our sports programs. I spoke with Matt from Springfield Electric today. He's going to meet with me on Friday. We're going to take a look at the high school. And Brad actually gave me the contact for this, and he's going to give us some ideas of what we can do to upgrade our lighting here in the building. Specifically, I would like to look at the gym. Those lights in there are outdated. We're spending a lot of money in just replacement parts, and it would be nice to have an LED light system in there. They last practically forever. So we're going to do a tour of that on Friday, and I'm also going to ask the board at some point. I want to get a quote for some tree trimming here at the high school. Just something that it hasn't been done for a while. It needs to be done. We need to get some of these trees back off away from the building. I think that will cut down on a lot of wire damage that we get where the leaves and stuff build up on the roofs and in the drains. And the high school has several places where the drains actually come in through the building and then out to tile, and I don't see where they ever thought that was a really good idea, but it does, and sometimes it creates a nice water feature in our high school, so we're trying to stop that. So as soon as I get that, I will be, I'll probably hopefully have a quote for that at the October board meeting. So other than that, I think that's it for me.
On the monitors, do we ever get a number on how many of those?
It is pretty darn close to 90 monitors between the two buildings. Both labs at the middle school are the old big monitor, and then the lab at Harristown. I think we said, what, they have 30 over there?
Round out.
Is there any difference in the energy efficiency between the old ones and the new ones?
I'm sure that there is, but
This one covers the cost?
I don't think it would cover the cost of that much money. In the summertime, it creates a problem because they're hot, and in the wintertime, they probably enjoy having that extra heat there. So I would like to try to get through. Like I said, if you guys want to buy 30 for each building, then that's what we can do. I'm still thinking waiting is probably what I would need.
Is everybody in agreement with that? Questions, concerns? Okay. Then what are the curriculum directors report? Mr. Gill?
We'll have a school improvement day coming up October 2nd. Administration met and things recently, and I talked to a few different teachers, and I think for the elementaries, we're going to get together and they're going to kind of talk about the math pilot that we're doing right now, and talk about concerns, things we're liking, things that we maybe need to tweak, things, a few other things related to that. We're going to try to get middle school and high school together in terms of language arts. We're going to do some gap analysis and just look at the curriculum and stuff, and then also review some different resources for the math program from middle school and high school. Get the teachers together to kind of do some reviews of that, which we've already been kind of working with. School improvement plans. We're kind of just in the very beginning stages of this, kind of getting things lined out. Different buildings are going to be getting together with leadership teams and kind of going through SWOT analysis and defining some different issues that need attention, and then some district and school goals will be developed based on those plans and presented. And in terms of professional development update, we've got some teachers signed up for some different things right now through the ROE, some other different things. We're kind of keeping a running record of that. We'll start including the board packet probably in October. We just kind of got that document together and are just now getting people signed up for things. There's some really good things getting offered here in the next couple months, especially that I think will be real beneficial and providing teachers with some good resources. So we actually just had some of the high school staff attend Richland Community College last night. Very excited. Mrs. Ananachi, Mrs. Schrader, Mrs. Nealon all went and checked out and got to kind of talk and set up some partnerships with some of the faculty and stuff at Richland, working to kind of bridge the gap between the district and then on into the college level and stuff, and just kind of sharing information between what they see, what we see, and kind of trying to figure out what the disconnect is there in certain cases. So they're working together and then kind of talking about current issues and stuff. They came in this morning very excited about the information that they received, and also I think it was a really good program. They kind of had a dinner type thing before they started, and then had an opportunity to kind of network and discuss some current issues. So a lot of good stuff going on, and hoping to just kind of continue that right now.
Who did you say went to Richland? Mrs. Antonacci?
Yes, and Mrs. Schrader and
Schrader.
Miss England.
Okay.
Miss Moore, I believe, went as well. I'm not sure if Mr. Hansborough or Miss Cecil went. last night in particular, but I know a lot of them that went. I haven't got to talk to everybody yet, but I know I did talk to science staff that attended today. Got kind of their take on it. But I'm just more sent me some notes that should take really good. I just haven't got to go through too heavy yet. But it looked like there's some really good stuff. They opened it up to science this year. I think it's been math and reading before. And this year they really opened it up to science. And I would assume probably in the future they'll open it up to maybe social studies and things as well. With some of the changes that are going on there.
Any questions or comments from Mr. Beal? Okay, so on to old business.
Before we move on, I apologize. I saw Mr. Scan say back there. He wanted to talk a little bit about the Sept program, and I think we probably ought to do that. And if they need to head out, then they can do that. I apologize for that. I'm sorry, Mr. Scan.
No problem. Just real quick, the Spanish students have been here since September 1st. They leave Saturday, so they're wrapping it up, and we've taken them to St. Louis and Chicago, Champaign, Springfield, Decatur. They spent days at the middle school and the 2 elementary buildings. They spent a day at St. Teresa this week to see a Catholic school since they're from a Catholic school in Spain. And I've got Carmen and Carmen who are staying with Nathan Doty and Maya Fuller. And then the head teacher who brought them is Anna. And the secondary teacher is Almu. And they just wanted to say a special thank you before they leave for Spain on Saturday for the support from Sangamon Valley and the Sept program. So I'll just let them speak.
Well, my name is Anna, and I just would like to thank you so much for all what you have done for us, for supporting this program, for being so patient with our students. And I think it's the best gift they're going to have this year. The opportunity of learning a new culture, new ways of studying. So I just can say thank you for all what you have done for us. You want to say something?
Okay, yeah, thank you so much for everything you have made to support us and having us here. We have met so nice people. Our families, host families have been so nice to us, and the students here too. So we only have to say thank you so much.
And they don't want to leave.
I will stay here for 1 year or maybe 2. Yeah.
We really appreciate everything you have done for us, and yes, I wish we could stay longer and to be here for homecoming, but we need to leave.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're glad you got the opportunity to come and look forward to our students coming over and spending some time with you.
Yes. We can't wait to host them too.
Later on, well, I think I do now, I'm going to recommend that we've been talking about the outfield fence project at Harrison for a while. I think it's at no cost to the district. They raise the money. So
Okay.
recommend that we let that project go.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve the outfield fence project at Sangamon Valley East Elementary at no cost to the district.
Since I'm the treasurer on the Euclid, I'm going to abstain from that.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, so motion made by Leonard, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Brad. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay. And new business.
The Lincoln board is on the motion sheet, but not on.
Yeah, it was under old business because we approved that project a while back, so if we could
Okay,
go ahead and do,
go ahead and do it under old.
yes.
All right, so motion to reimburse the Sangamon Valley West Elementary PTO $1,000 for the installation cost of 2 Promethean boards at Sangamon Valley West Elementary.
So moved.
Motion made by Leonard Williams, is there a second?
A second.
Ms. Leeper, call roll please.
Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Santola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes. Oakley. I started with you, I'm sorry, we're around. I'm on the wrong line. I'll get it fixed too.
All right. Now new.
I do have something that ties fairly closely to that. I can wait till the new open discussion, but contacted a while back by one of the Cub Scout, Boy Scout, the boys have to do service projects, things like that, and I contacted one of the boys wanted to build a couple dugouts on the small Pee-wee diamond at Harristown. So I'm just asking that we maybe add that to our agenda topics next week, or next month, and then he's maybe come and talk to us at that meeting.
Okay. So Pee-wee dugouts, Sangamon. All right. And for new business?
I think we can go straight into motion since we've already talked about the adoption of the budget.
So under new business, we need a motion to adopt the 2015-2016 school district budget.
So moved.
Motion made by Martha Leeper, is there a second?
I'll second.
Mayor Williams, call roll please.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Santola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes. Oakley,
Yes.
Okay. And a motion to approve the annual audit as completed by Floyd and Associates.
I provided you a copy of the annual budget, and just very quickly, I guess some highlights of that. Again, page 4, which oddly enough is about midway through the packet. But page 4 talks about the financial recognition of the district, and we were all 4s across the board. We were at a 3.9 last year, and again, a lot of that credit should go to the board and Mr. Fowler, who did the budget last year. So we'll see what happens this year.
That's more as high as you can get, I believe.
Just a little bit more about the financial report, about the next, I don't know, 30 pages or so. Basically, the budget, very similar to what you just approved. This would have been last school year's budget. And then on the page 43, all the way to the back, there were 2 findings, and both of them are in relationship to the fact that we only have one person in the unit office that is in control of the district's accounting function. And as I mentioned to you guys before, I think Mr. Fowler's talked about this with you guys every year since he's been here, is that it's not really necessarily a negative or anything that we need to fix. It is what it is. And we can look to hire more staff in a unit office. But I think Mr. Fowler even asked Carol for help, or if she needed help back when she started, I think that's 4 years or more ago. And she felt like she could do it and has done an excellent job since then. So I will let you know that as they continue to pile stuff on Carol, a lot of this Obamacare and the Affordable Health Care Act, the paperwork that's going to start coming for that is enormous. And at that point, she may have to be able to be off in an office by herself to take care of her business, and then I would look to hire a unit secretary for my office. And
Actually, some of that stuff actually starts October 1st, I believe.
the new insurance company that we're going with, we're hoping that their system will mesh well with our, I believe it's STI, is our accounting system that we use. And if that happens, I think it'll help, but not completely resolve the issue of the extra work with them. So something that we may look at down the road, and before we do that, I would come up with a job description for that, and maybe take some of the SIS and some of the things that the free and reduced lunch that the principal we're currently doing at and put that on that person's job description. So there would be plenty for that person to do as well as the bookkeeper. So other than that, I would recommend that we approve the annual audit. The price tag for that went up a little bit, not significantly, about $500. The cost to the district is $7,725.
So we need a motion to approve the annual audit as completed by Floyd and Associates.
Motion.
Motion made by Brad, is there a second? Okay, can you call roll please?
Williams,
Yes.
Centola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes, Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl.
Yes.
Okay. And then we need the next motion to approve the FFA request to attend the national convention in Louisville, Kentucky at no cost to the district.
So moved.
Motion made by Leonard, is there a second?
Second.
By Mike Oakley, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. And a motion to approve the overnight band trip to Gurney,
Motion.
made by Brad. Is there a second?
Second.
By Jeff Stahl. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And motion to approve the request for the use of the campus at Illiopolis by the Village of Illiopolis for the annual Halloween party.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
Brad Santola. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And a motion to approve the request for the use of the Sangamon Valley East Elementary campus by the Sangamon Valley East Elementary PTO for the annual Fall Festival. I'll make the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
By Mike Oakley. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Before we move on to the motion about the painting of the locker rooms, I don't know if you've been down in any of our locker rooms here lately, but they are in desperate need of paint, and this does seem like a high price, but if you have been down there, it's a big job, and you're also talking about stairwells on both ends of the boys, and then a big stairwell where the girls comes up to the gym, and well, both are big projects, and Dave Campbell does great work, and it looked very similar to what we've been going with throughout the building, the white paint with the stripes.
Notice in there it does not include the lockers.
Yeah. The lockers is kind of a special, they do some sort of electro where
But they're in decent shape.
they're in decent shape. Having them painted, school colors would be nice, but it's not, I don't think, a necessity right now. The boys' locker room is in desperate need of paint and probably some repair of lockers. And once we get it painted, then I'm going to take a look at what we can do as far as replacing some of the lockers. Line Supply, that's who we purchased the lockers from in the past. I'll have a guy come out and take a look at that. We will be hosting the Macon County Girls Basketball Tournament this winter. I think that occurs right after the first of the year. So Tri-City has allowed, since the Macon County Tournament, allowed us to host it in our building. And so I think that would be kind of a good deal too.
When is it planned to be done?
He called today and asked if it had been approved, and I told him that I would let him know tomorrow, and we'll get on it right away.
Is it something he's going to be able to do during the day, or is this an evening thing when they're not holding?
He works during the day, and what he has done throughout most of the painting that he's done here has been coming in the evenings.
Do you want to go on to the next ones, or?
Oh, I can. The next item on there is to approve a screen wall to be built on the stage of the gym at the middle school. It's pretty much an eyesore over there. We have a really nice gym. The floor looks beautiful, and then we've got the stage. One of the reasons why, I talked to Bruce about this, and I think him and I and Randy could probably build a wall, and it'd probably be cheaper than this amount of money, but they're talking about doing metal studs, and which will make the overall project considerably lighter to set up on the stage, but it will go completely across the stage. It'll be fastened into the brick on both ends, and then it'll have to be supported throughout the middle. And I think when you're doing something like this with the potential of the wall getting hit, tumbling over, I think somebody with a little more expertise and $1 million insurance bond would probably be better than having me or Bruce build
Was this in the
wall.
old gym then?
Yeah. And then they can use that area for storage and,
It's in the new gym.
or
Is it the new gym or old gym?
old. Along the lines of gyms and walls, I know that we're probably going to get a hit from our health, life, safety inspection, the collapsible or foldable wall in the middle school that's been there since 71, 69, whenever the building was built.
62.
It now is a fire hazard. So allegedly it is not a fire-rated material, so that's something that we may have to look into replacing as well. But I would love to see Mr. Trigg and I were talking about it today, would love to see the middle school band playing in some of our home basketball games. Coming from Clinton, that was a big deal. I mean, they had white pants and red coats, and they dressed up, and this was for junior high, and it was pretty special. It created a really nice atmosphere, so I would like to see something like that happen. I know not every game, because Mr. Grecki would never, ever leave here, but something that I would like to see. That's coming down the road, but I think we could probably, with that, use health, life, safety money to replace that.
And this screen wall, is it a permanent fixture? Okay.
Is it getting painted too, or?
Yeah.
Included in that. Okay. So, back to the motion to approve the DWC painting company to paint the boys and girls locker rooms at a total cost of $9,145. I have a motion.
I'll make the motion.
There by Marshall. I cannot speak tonight, Martha Leeper. And a second, anyone? By Leonard Williams. Call roll, please.
Santola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes. Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
And before I move on, that can come out of our county sales tax as and there's an improvement. Okay. Motion to approve Christie Waltz to build a screen wall on the stage of the old gymnasium at Sangamon Valley Middle School at a cost of $3,695. Motion made by Jeff Stahl. Is there a second?
Second.
By Brad Santola. Call roll, please.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes. Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Santola.
Yes.
Okay. Discussion on this.
Yeah, I had a gentleman stop by and informed us that we had a 10,000-gallon underground fuel oil storage tank on our property. I spoke with Randy West, who had no idea it was there. I explained to him where the caps were, and this organization does work throughout the state of Illinois. What they do is they look at a list from the fire marshal, and all of these underground tanks will be listed in a report put out by the fire marshal, and then they go around and contact the school districts to remove these. He said the maximum cost to the district would be $5,000, and when he gets into the project and the tank is ruptured and additional cleanup and removal of the contaminated soil, he said sometimes there are grants out there that would cover the $5,000 cost, so it's something that we may be able to have done free of charge, but at most $5,000.
So, been through this before, so if they find that that's ruptured, they have to dig soil, so it's clean, then EPA becomes involved, correct?
And that's what this last line is then? Clients eligible for reimbursement? That's the
Yes.
grants?
Yes.
And is there
Where's
any
this
other,
taken? Right here?
It is, if you're in my office, to the far right window, it's straight out.
So is that
On the
the
other
front
side
door?
of the side, yeah, it's on the front door. There are two caps. One of the caps is about 6 to 8 inches above grade, which if you're not paying attention and you have somebody doing a mower that doesn't know it's there, it'll surprise you. And then there's another cap about, 20 feet away from it, and it's more level with the grade of the ground. It looks like there's been some settling of dirt on the east end of it, so I think it's, talking with Randy, he said, look, for $5,000, even if you have to pay that, that's a pretty good deal to have that gone. And they will come in and they may have to bust up some of our sidewalk, but there's a line that would run into the building. There's also a vent that goes to the building and up the side of the building. They would take out all of that and cap it and then dispose of whatever's left in the tank, and any contaminated soil, and then they'll bring the filter back.
So that was for heating, that was fuel
Yes,
oil?
for the old boiler.
and fix the sidewalk?
The sidewalk's probably gonna fall back onto us if they have to tear it up. But it's pretty minimal cost there. That entire sidewalk is a topic of discussion probably on another day.
Terry.
Okay. So we need a motion to approve the removal of a 10,000 gallon underground fuel oil storage tank by CW3M Company at Sangamon Valley High School for an amount not to exceed $5,000.
I'll move.
Motion made by Marshall Leeper. Is there a second? I'll second. Call roll, please.
Leeper, yes. Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Centola,
Yes.
Guerrero.
Yes. And
Our last item, Miller, Tracy, Braun, Funk, and Miller, our district attorney, they are raising their hourly rate from $220 to $235. I don't think it's, you care if we raise the rate, we're going to raise the rate and hope that, I'm pleased with David Braun, and I think he's always done pretty well for us.
They're the best there is around here. There's no doubt in my mind.
And they
The letter
indicated
said
that,
they had-
yeah, that's
for
where
8
I was
years.
going, for 8 years,
Yeah.
so that's a pretty long stay at the rate, at the same rate, so. We need a motion to approve the hourly rate increase proposed by Miller, Tracy, Braun, Funk, and Miller from $220 per hour to $235 per hour.
So moved.
Motion made by Leonard Williams, is there a second?
Second.
By Brad Santola, call roll please.
Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Centola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes.
Okay.
What was the time frame on this tank deal, what did they say?
I'm going to get with him tomorrow and try to figure out something. I'm going to have a meeting with Randy West. Another hazard that I believe, and he wasn't even for sure that this was there. Out in the front of the building, about 4 feet away from the building, there's a rotten telephone pole that has one of the biggest transformers on it that I've ever seen. It actually has two, and it looks to be rotting at the top, and it's really starting to bend because of the weight of the transformer. So what I would like to do is contact Ameren, and while we're doing one project, is to move the transformers out to the street where they belong, and then go underground up to the building, which will keep all the overhead wires and that sort of thing out on the street. And, I know it's probably going to be a little bit pricey, but as far as safety goes, I think it's would be well worth the money. So I'm going to try to do both of those projects at the same time.
That's a good idea.
So that's something, I don't want to tackle that tank right now. It'll probably be at least 6 months out.
I was wondering if it'd be a summer project, that way you wouldn't have kids there walking around it.
Either have to be summer or maybe even over the break. He's saying they could have it out in a day. If I can coordinate that with Ameren to get that other project done, then we'll probably push it back to summer and do it all at once.
And at this point then, we need a motion to enter closed session for the reasons stated on the agenda.
Motion.
Motion made by Brad Santola, is there a second?
Okay.
Mike Oakley, call roll please.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Santola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes, Oakley.
Yes.
Motion made by Leonard Williams, is there a second?
Second.
By Brad Santola, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. And we need a motion to accept the resignation of Leonard Weaver as night custodian at Sangamon Valley High School. Stahl, is there a second?
Second.
And Mike Oakley, call roll please.
Santola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes, Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion to accept the resignation of Drew Weitzel as 7th grade boys basketball coach.
Motion.
Motion made by Brad Santola, is there a second? Martha Leeper, call roll please.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes, Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Santola.
Yes.
Motion to accept the resignation of Shannon Eller as Sangamon Valley East Elementary lunch aide. So moved. Is there a second?
A second.
Leonard Williams, call roll please.
Leeper, yes, Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Santola,
Yes.
Guerrero.
Yes. Motion to accept the resignation of Dina Rogers as Sangamon Valley West Elementary lunch aide.
Motion.
Motion made by Brad Santola, is there a second?
Second.
Mike Oakley, call roll please.
Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Stahl, Williams, Santola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper. Yes.
Okay. Motion to employ Brooke Barger as lunch aide at Sangamon Valley West Elementary. So moved. Is there a second?
A second.
Leonard Williams, call roll please.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Santola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes, Oakley.
Yes.
Motion to employ Sue Kaufman as lunch aide at Sangamon Valley East Elementary.
So moved.
First by Leonard, second. Martha Leeper, call roll please.
Williams,
Yes.
Santola,
Abstain.
okay, Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes, Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl.
Yes.
Motion to employ Terry Doty as special education aide at Sangamon Valley High School.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Jeff Stahl, call roll please.
Santola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes, Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion to employ Tony Chiavaro as full-time night custodian at Sangamon Valley High School. So moved. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mike Oakley, call roll please.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes, Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Santola.
Yes.
Motion to employ Leonard Weaver as a 5-hour-a-night custodian at Sangamon Valley East Elementary.
So moved.
Motion made by Leonard, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Brad Santola, call roll please.
Leeper, yes, Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Santola,
Yes.
Guerrero.
Yes. Motion to employ Heather Vaughn as a 3-hour-per-day cook at the Illiopolis campus.
So moved.
And seconded by Jeff Stahl, call roll please.
Oakley,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Santola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes.
Motion to terminate the employment of Jacob Sheedley. So moved. Is there a second?
Yes.
Leonard Williams. Call roll, please.
Stahl?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Totola?
Yes.
Guerrero?
Yes.
Leeper? Yes. Oakley?
Yes.
Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Real quickly before we do that, you're gonna see a bill next month from One Source Rental for a scissor lift that we've been using at the high school. We've also been showing over to the middle school and doing multiple projects with it, changing light bulbs, ballasts in the gym, installing fans, speakers. A pretty handy device to have. I'm not sure what the end cost is going to be, but it's going to be a pretty hefty chunk, but there are things that have not been done for a while that needed to be done, and so we've rented the machine, and I would like to maybe take a look at purchasing a device like that for the district, because it's much better than
Versus ladders and scaffolding. I mean, I guess you need to look how many times they can rent on the year and how much it costs, but I think that's natural. I think the other part of that would be to see what it takes to maintain one of those, to keep it up to standards, you know, so that, you know, I don't know what kind of seals and
Bearings and hydraulics.
hydraulics and things are on that, but I think it'd be worth it.
There's, sorry. There's also, I don't know, some of those rental companies, after so many hours, will sell at a greatly discounted rate. That may be something that we look at some of the surrounding rental companies and see.
I could talk to One Source and then also do some research and see if there's a.
I think Decatur has like, what, Sunbelt now, and
Checks around the district, see how many of them are on, or some of them.
I just think of any projects as we have to do and what I would like to do in the future, I think we would get our use out of it.
okay. So will we discuss that as new business next week, next month?
That's me.
Okay. Motion to adjourn then.
Motion.
Motion made by Brad Santola, is there a second?
Second.
By Mike Oakley, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Either.